ang drama, ang lahat ng tawanan, musika at anong paman. Magkakasama pa rin tayo mga kalamaw. Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang iyong paboritong tambayan. Broadcasting live from TVH Group of Networks. Ang iyong hipilan, ang iyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is koolNews at 6. My name is Caro, and we are live on Kool FM and on News Radio 93.1, where we share the latest news headlines that truly care for you. Let's begin with our first headlines. Zamboanga International Airport's ZIA resumed normal operations Thursday afternoon after cracks were spotted in parts of the passenger terminal following a magnitude 5.4 earthquake that struck the Zamboanga Peninsula, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines announced. Zamboanga del Norte province was struck by a magnitude 5.4 earthquake, initially reported as a magnitude 6.1 quake at around 11:45 a.m. on January 23, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology reported. While critical airport facilities sustained no significant structural damage, visible cracks were detected on the walls and ceilings of ZIA's passenger terminal building, the CAAP reported in an advisory on Thursday afternoon. Repair work is already underway to address these issues and restore the terminal's full safety and functionality, CAAP added. As precautionary measures, airport personnel and passengers were evacuated and landing and takeoff operations were suspended while authorities inspected the building. After inspections, normal operations resumed in the Zamboanga International Airport, the CAAP said in a message to Inquirer.net on Thursday afternoon. CAAP added, other airports in the region, including Pagadian Airport, Dipolog Airport, and Ipil Airport, reported no damages and remain fully operational. Philfox said aftershocks were possible from the Zamboanga del Norte quake. Likewise, the CAAP reported no quakes to airports in southern Leyte following a magnitude 5.8 earthquake in the province earlier on Thursday morning. The Filipino tourist who was hit by a train in Taiwan is now out of danger, but she needs at least 2 weeks to recuperate. This was confirmed by Attorney Chaloy Garafil, chairperson of Manila Economic and Cultural Office in Taiwan. Garafil said in Radio 630, the good news is that her spine surgery yesterday was very successful, and now she's in the hospital recuperating. She's okay now and she just needs around 2 weeks to recuperate, she added. Garafil said the Filipino tourist was immediately brought to hospital after the accident. There are other surgeries and medications that she still has to undergo, but the spine injury was the major one. This was the last conducted and we were told that she's out of danger, she said. According to Garafil, the Filipino was struck by the train after she posed a picture and raised her hand, quote-unquote. Garafil said the incident happened last January 21, 2025. And now, as we head over to the business side, a global fintech firm that boasts of more than 50 million customers worldwide is interested in entering the Philippines, which would be its gateway to the broader ASEAN market. In a statement, the Department of Finance said Revolt, which is also a licensed digital bank in the UK and Europe, has expressed a strong interest in the country during a meeting between Finance Secretary Ralph Recto and Marty Gilbert, chairman of the fintech firm. The DOF said Revolt sees the Philippines as an entry point to ASEAN, where the company plans to establish its footprint. The meeting was held on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos. The in Davos, yes. The DOF said Revolt saw the Philippines as a highly attractive market due to its vibrant talent pool and significant opportunities in the digital economy. The company highlighted its strategic edge, including a diverse global presence and innovative financial offerings that will empower Filipinos and small businesses with improved credit access and more competitive foreign exchange solutions. According to Revolt, its entry into the Philippine market could create more jobs and enhance financial literacy and empowerment among Filipinos. Meanwhile, the overtime and 13-month pay of private and public sector workers should be free from tax, according to Makati City Mayor Abby Binay. Binay, in a statement on Thursday, said she would push for the tax examinations aiming to bring relief to workers and their families in the form of disposable income for their basic needs. She said, relieving the tax burden on workers will enable Filipino families, especially those in the low to middle income sectors, to avoid falling deeper into poverty in the face of rising inflation. It will have a domino effect. Increased consumer spending will drive sales and accelerate business growth, which will translate to higher revenue collection for the government. Whatever revenue is lost will be offset, Binay added. The current tax code places a cap of 90,000 pesos for the total amount of the 30-month pay and other additional benefits, including 40-month and performance bonus, to be considered not taxable income. Any amount in excess of 90,000 pesos shall form part of the taxable income of employees. Meanwhile, the Department of Foreign Affairs said it is ready to work with all law enforcement agencies regarding the alleged espionage operations in the Philippines supposedly conducted by a foreign national. In accordance with this mandate to help protect national security, the department takes any indication of espionage operations by foreign nationals seriously and stands ready to support the Department of Justice, the National Bureau of Investigation, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and other relevant government agencies as they undertake their respective mandates in accordance with the law, said the DFA in a statement on Thursday. The National Bureau of Investigation nabbed suspected Chinese sleeper agent Dan Yuan Quinn last January 17th, Friday. Authorities said the Chinese individual was involved in espionage activities targeting military and police installations as well as critical Philippine infrastructure. According to the NBI, Dan is a technical software engineer connected with the People's Liberation Army. Thanks to other Filipino cohorts, Ronald Jojo Olunto Desa and Jason Amando Fernandez were also arrested. All three of them are facing complaints of espionage under Section 1A and 2A of Commonwealth Act No. 616 in relation to Republic Act 10175, the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Later on koolNews at 6, Philippines returns to offshore debt market with US dollar, Euro bond offers. Claims of blank entries in budget aim to restore Vice President Sara Duterte's funds, according to Solon. Hontiveros believes that bill versus adolescent pregnancy is up for interpellation. And threats force not needed to prove child trafficking and exploitation, according to Supreme Court. And in entertainment news, Masahiro Nakai to retire after sex misconduct allegations, according to Japanese media. It is now 6:11 p.m. as we will return with more news headlines right here on koolNews at 6. So don't go anywhere. We will return right after this break.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Delsat TV. Enjoy SD and high definition channels when you subscribe to Delsat TV. Pilsen Healthy Home. Odorless antibacterial paint. Dunkin'. Pasalubong ng bayan. And Unique Toothpaste. Maxalaga with maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS. Hello, buenas noches Pilipinas. My name is Blue Wave and you're watching Sábado en la Noche with Blue.
Nandito na ang bagong Saturday primetime talk show kasama si Blue Wave.
At may joy transmission po ang SPC bukas 6 a.m. Ay, joke lang po.
Uli!
Pero hindi mo kami katulad na isang side lamang ang iniisip at tinatanggap.
Kung showbiz balita, teknolohiya, BDAU reading o iba pa, we got you covered.
One last word, Mika, I love you. Bye.
Sábado en la Noche with Blue. Tuwing Sábado, 9 p.m. Dito lang sa Cool FM. Ang inyong himpilan, ang inyong tahanan.
You're listening to Cool FM.
Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Extra strong? Andito na ang Leon Extra Strong Beer. Bangis ng dating, bangis ng sarap, bangis ng kagat, at 7% ABV. This is Gerald Anderson for Leon Extra Strong Beer. Tikman ang bangis ng Leon. Bangis ng presyo, 47 pesos SRP for 500 ml at 95 pesos SRP for 1 liter. Drink responsibly.
Casino Ethyl Alcohol. Sa proteksyon ng pamilya, di kailangang mahal. Casino Ethyl Alcohol kills up to 99.9% of germs based on representative germs tested. With good scent sa presyong sulit. Trusted na, save pa sa bulsa. Yes to good vibes. Yes to good scent. Ethyl Alcohol is the generic name of Casino Regular. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Tuhod, siko, baywa, aray! Pag laging pasan ang sakit sa kasukasuan, sign na yan ng arthritis o joint deterioration. Karaniwan kapag nagkakaedad na, kailangan ng tibay at ginhawang makakapitan. Kaya ng artrisin yan. May undenatured type 2 collagen at methylsulfonyl methane na maaaring makatulong protektahan ang kalusugan ng kasukasuan. Make the right move. Uminom ng artrisin araw-araw. Mabibili ang artrisin sa mga leading drugstores nationwide. Mahalagang paalala, ang artrisin ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Viva Pit Senyor! Ready na ba mo para sa Sinulog Celebration? Adto sa Metro Department Store Sinulog Sale. Kinaadi to tanan. Gikan inira 17, hangtod sa 19, hangtod sa 50% ang deskwento on selected items. Mga Sinulog t-shirt, headgears, accessories, tribal costumes, comfortable walking shoes, and sandal for parade and procession. Apilan nato og air conditioners and electric fans for hot weather. Umbrellas and hats for a rain or shine na suroy-suroy. Mamalit sa dag mga home items, home decors, apparel, flat TV o Bluetooth speakers karon na libre atong balay. Mag-andam para sa atong Sinulog Fiesta at mamalit sa Metro Department Store Sinulog Sale. Hikan ni Miro 17 hangtod sa 19 birani. For DTI Fair Trade Permit Number R7CEB 1098 Series of 2024.
Pangarap ay umangat pero minsan ay sandat. Kabayanin kita sa Ginebra. Ikaw ang inspirasyon. Kahit di madali, katuwang sa bawat sandali. Kabayanin kita. Sa One Ginebra Nation. Kaya para sa barangay, ako naman pagbibigay. Kabayanin tayo. Kabayanin kita.
Drink responsibly.
Mancha, ang daming labada.
Sa unang babad pa lang, si Breeze nagtatanggal.
Based on lab test mud and polyester, results may vary. Mancha, Breeze 3 washes back.
Kahit 3 times namin ang laba, Breeze 3 washes pack. Refers up to 3 wash loads, up to 18 to 20 pieces per wash. Breeze.
Ang kanlungan noon ni Tandang Sora para sa libu-libong katipunero ay isang ganap na lugar ng mga bayani ng ating buhay. Kasama mo ang himlayang Pilipino, laging handa baunin ang alaala ng iyong mga mahal sa buhay. Ang himlayang Pilipino ay naghahatid ng mga affordable na libingan hanggang sa mas magagarang mga mausoleo para sa mga pribadong pagdidilay. Bukas din ang tahanan ng alaala para sa iyong pangangailangang pagpupugay mula sa chapel rentals hanggang sa cremation. Para sa mga kalagdagang impormasyon, maaari kayong tumawag o mag-text sa 0968-896-4850. Pumunta sa himlayangpilipino.org o sa aming Facebook, Himlayang Pilipino Incorporated at Instagram, HPI Memorial Park.
Ka, diba? Pero bakit parang glowing ka? First Sulfate yan.
United Home First Sulfate Iron supports healthy blood for a healthy glow with proper diet and healthy lifestyle.
Unilab yan.
Iron is the generic name of United Home First Sulfate Iron. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
About ponytail dents, tangles, and frizz? Use Sunsilk Smooth and Manageable every day for 5 times smoother, fragrant hair versus non-conditioning shampoo. Para
Ang lakas mo, may ilalakas pa. Sa Revicon Forte, may muscle-building amino acids tulong para mas lumakas ang katawan with proper diet and exercise. Pag malakas ang katawan, lumalakas din ang loob. May lakas para sa ambisyon mo. Revicon Forte!
Lakas! Unilab yan.
Multivitamins, minerals, and amino acids is the generic name of Revicon Forte.
Welcome back to koolNews at 6. Let's continue with our headlines. Okay, we are having I'm having issues right now with AnyTask. Okay, so let's continue. The Philippine government will return to the international debt market early into the year with benchmark size issuance of global and euro bonds this week. The Marcos administration is eyeing to raise at least $500 million via a dual tranche offering US dollar denominated bonds. The government also announced a sale of benchmark size euro denominated bonds. In a text message, National Treasurer Sharon Almanza said the two-part global bond offer consisted of a 10-year debt paper and a 25-year sustainability note. Bloomberg reported on Thursday that the 10-year bonds have an initial price target of about 120 basis points above comparable U.S. Treasuries, while the longer-dated debt has a target yield of around 6.1%. The Eurobonds, which have an ESG label, will carry a payment term of 7 years, Almanza said. The decision to return to the global debt market at this time of the year came after the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield fell to below 5% earlier this week as markets digest the policy statements of newly sworn-in U.S. President Donald Trump. Figures from the Department of Budget show the Marcos administration is eyeing to generate 197.75 billion pesos via offshore debt sales this year, lower than the 270.75 billion pesos it actually raised in 2024, as expectations of fewer rate cuts and a weak peso curbed the government's appetite for foreign borrowings. Recall that the U.S. Federal Reserve had signaled a shallower easing cycle this year amid persistent price pressures statewide, which could be worsened by Trump's threat to impose a 10 to 20% tariff on all imported goods in the U.S. And the possibility of fewer Fed cuts pushed up U.S. Treasury yields in the past weeks and had been powering up to the greenback. Late last year, the Philippine peso had revisited the record low level of 59 peso $1 twice, creating some foreign exchange risk for external debts held by the government. That said, many analysts believe that the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas might have to slow down its own rate cutting cycle to avoid pressuring the peso. This suggests that even borrowing costs at home might also not go down quickly. But Finance Secretary Recto believes that it is still cheaper to tap local creditors, adding that there is so much liquidity in the local economy that is looking for viable investment outlets. Meanwhile, claims about bank entries in the 2025 budget are merely intended to push for the restatement of the slash allocation for Vice President Sara Duterte, La Union First District Representative Apollo Ortega said on Thursday. Ortega said in a statement that Sara's father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, is spreading these claims about the 2025 General Appropriations Act to mislead the public and manipulate the budget process. Ortega said former President Duterte's allegations of blank appropriations in the 2025 budget are pure disinformation. This is a deliberate effort to mislead and to mislead the public and manipulate the budget process to bring back the confidential funds previously allocated to the office of the Vice President. Ortega emphasized that the 2025 GAA was properly crafted and underwent a thorough and constitutional process. The so-called blank allocations are a fabrication meant to sow confusion and undermine the administration's commitment to fiscal transparency and accountability, he said. Meanwhile, withdrawal of signatures doesn't have the effect of reverting it to the committee level. These were the words used by Deputy Minority Leader Senator Risa Hontiveros on Thursday when she expressed fears that the substitute bill to controversial Senate Bill number 1979 would be brought back to the committee level and not be tackled in the chamber's plenary. She's referring to the measure legislating the crafting of financial policy in preventing adolescent practices. Speaking to reporters at a Kapihan sa Senado forum, Hontiveros said she expects that the bill, even with her filing of the substitute measure, would soon be discussed in the plenary. Hontiveros said, I understand that this substitute bill will soon undergo our interpellations in the plenary. To my knowledge, this matter is already in the plenary and the withdrawal of signatures doesn't have the effect of reverting it back to the committee level. Any objections by other senators should be expressed in plenary through questions and other proposed amendments. That's why, similar to what I said, the next development depends on what the body will do in the plenary, taking into consideration the substitute bill filed, she added. And cases of sexual exploitation or trafficking of children can be established without needing proofs of threats, force, or erosion, the Supreme Court has ruled. The ruling was made through a decision written by Senior Associate Justice Marvick Leonon after upholding the conviction of Jehona Galiso Villaria and Lourdes Aravlar Maghirang in the case of qualified trafficking in persons. The case stemmed from an incident where both accused were found offering to provide girls aged 14 to 18 with a birthday party, charging 1,000 pesos for 3 hours and 3,000 pesos for an overnight stay. During the trial, the victims revealed that the accused had enticed them to attend a party and perform sexual acts in exchange of money. Villia and Mahirang were found guilty by the Regional Trial Court and the Court of Appeals beyond reasonable doubt of qualified trafficking in persons under Republic Act Number 9208 or the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act of 2003. However, the accused elevated the case to the Supreme Court, arguing that the prosecution failed to prove they threatened, forced, or erased the minors into prostitution. In response, the Supreme Court clarified that under Section 3A of the law, recruiting a child for sexual exploitation is enough to establish trafficking, regardless of whether threats, force, coercion, or deception were used. Here, the accused recruited minors and offered for them to provide sexual activities in exchange for money, the Supreme Court Information Office said in the statement. They took advantage of the victims' youth and financial struggles to gain their consent, it added. With this, both accused were sentenced to life imprisonment, fined 60 million pesos, and ordered to pay each of the victims 600,000 pesos in damages. And finally, into the entertainment, one of Japan's biggest pop stars and best-known TV host, Masahiro Nakai, announced his retirement Thursday, January 23, over sexual misconduct allegations, reports said, in the latest scandal to rock Japan's entertainment industry. Nakai's announcement comes after now-defunct boy band Empire Johnny and Associates admitted in 2023 that its late founder Johnny Kitakawa for decades sexually assaulted teenage boys and young men. Nakai was a member of the now disbanded SMAP, part of Johnny and Associates' lucrative stable that swept the charts in Japan and across Asia during the band's nearly 30 years of fame. Reports emerged last month that Nakai, 52, who since the demise of SMAP has become a successful television host, had paid an unnamed woman a love sum of 90 million yen or $570,000. The allegations concern a 2023 encounter with a woman that leading tabloid magazine Shukan Bunshun said involved a co-star setting and a sexual act against her will. This month, Fuji Television suspended a weekly show hosted by Nakai, while other major networks also dropped the presenter. On Thursday, local media quoted a statement from Nakai to his paid fan club saying he was stepping back from the show business altogether. Nakai said he completed all discussions with TV stations, radio broadcasters, and sponsors regarding my termination, cancellation, removal, and contract annulment, the Mainichi newspaper said. I'll continue to face up to all problems sincerely and respond in a wholehearted manner. I alone am responsible for everything, Nakai reportedly said. AFP was not immediately able to confirm the announcement with Nakai's agency, and the store's website was overwhelmed with visitors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 6:30 p.m. and that brings us to the end of koolNews at 6. We will return with more news headlines with koolNews Prime Time later at 10:30 p.m. You can also send us your comments and suggestions through our feedback through our email at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Coming up next, it's Express Cafe on Cool FM. Until then, my name is Cairo. Good evening.